diving into a live. Why? Why? That's a reasonable question to begin with. So I've chosen to take some time and share it with you today, and that's why I'm diving into this live. And it will be shared, so this will be YouTube, so even that bit will be there, but I am diving into a live. I've chosen as a theme human emotion and inspiration, scheduled and shared. Let me say that again, and I often do that. I like to repeat things. Human emotion and inspiration, scheduled and shared. So one of the fundamental reasons for this live, which is on two Facebook pages, my personal Facebook page, my business, if you want to call it that, Facebook page, Ray Coates Voice, and also the YouTube channel, Ray Coates Voice. And this will be permanently on those three places. I am looking in the future into also sharing live simultaneously in other places, but at times that's easier said than done. Somebody's joining, fantastic, brilliant. Drop a comment, let me know who you are, how you are, where you are, if you feel so inclined. So I'm going to go into the chatter house, and there's more coming soon there, Stuart, so I will be sharing with you. I had an invitation, thank you. And media is so important. I've got you, Stuart. I've got you. And how's Auntie Lillian? Is she well? Great to be with you. So the purpose of this live is to talk about future lives and future interviews, discussion. All about being human, all about being creative. And I'm going to share some images, videos, opportunities. So I'm going to do that before I go into the schedule. I'm glad to hear you're doing great as well, Stuart, and you are great, truly. So that's what I feel. It's sharing human beings, very much so. If you're in a position, Stuart, invite others here. This is an impromptu live. I hadn't scheduled this. So I'm going to click on an image. I'm going to go there. Right, okay, so that tells me something. Let me make, I think, me smaller. Can you see? Can you see the graphic image there? Perhaps, Stuart, you can let me know. Can you see that graphic image there? I should imagine I'm probably on the screen because I can still hear me. But can we see the Creative Shake-Up show? So I want to promote that. I want to advertise that. Where is it? Well, particularly Spotify and YouTube. Those are the two places that you will find the image. The shows. You will find the shows. This is live. You will find the Creative Shake-Up show in Spotify audio and video, YouTube. Now, some of the YouTube examples won't be on the Spotify currently, but some of the Spotify audio won't be on the YouTube. So, for example, with the Spotify, safely, legally, you can listen to that show as you're driving. I've discovered this today, so I'm road testing various things, as we do when we're working across media. Which is, if you search in Spotify, Ray Coates, you'll find tons of music. Coates. You'll find tons of music. But you'll also find podcasts. So we've got somebody else joining now. Fantastic. You will find podcasts. Now the podcast, one of them that you'll find is the Creative Shake-Up show. Let me know. Put a comment into the YouTube version, the Facebook version, if you're finding it challenging to find. If you're finding it challenging to find the Creative Shake-Up show. I searched Ray Coates, the Creative SH, then it brought it up. So for some reason, if I put in Ray Coates, it won't find this particular podcast. I've even got it under the Creative Shake-Up show with Ray Coates. So anyway, by the by, it's there. There are currently 5 episodes. The episodes are the shows are around about an hour in length. Not only is there an interview with an incredibly creative human being, majority singer-songwriters, There's also music. There is also poetry with a point and a purpose from our resident poet, John Cheetham. I've written many songs with John. He's incredible. He's a wordsmith. And it's like the news, but with poetry. Because that's a message I want to share with you as well. You can find tons of content everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, other platforms as well. There's tons of stuff. But a lot of it is incredibly toxically negative. Now, I'm not steering away from certain things, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment as to what the schedule is, what you've got in store. But remember, the Spotify version of the Creative Shake-Up Show, there's already 5 episodes. And not only is there interviews, poetry with a point and a purpose, music, there's also a life hack, a mindset hack. Absolutely, Stuart. Absolutely. You're 100% on point there. John Cheetham wrote the lyrics for Damaged, and they come from John's own life experience. So we're talking about people like yourself, Stuart, and many others who are here, who are constructing from destruction. That's a message I'm sharing across multiple platforms, which is I align with, I connect with those who take pain and turn that into some form of creative gain, not just for themselves, but for others. And I share interviews, I share discussion, I share music, I share TLC from compassionate coach Tracey L.C. Wilson. You will exclusively only get that on the Spotify version of the Creative Shake-Up Show with Ray Coates. So you're going to get, within that, free by the way, there's no charge if you've got Spotify, okay? You're going to get music, original music. You're going to get tons of new material from upcoming artists. You're going to get an interview, most of the time with an upcoming artist, but also deep level newsworthy discussions. Discussions of people who haven't been heard adequately enough. You're going to get that, and I'm going to tell you about the schedule in a moment. You're going to get, hey, Jody, great to see you. Hope you're well. You're going to get amazing content of poetry with a point and a purpose, John Cheetham. You're going to get also, what else are you going to get? Interviews I've already mentioned, TLC, a compassionate coach message from Tracey L.C. Wilson. Tracey is so qualified to deliver messages of mindset, things that can help us. I'm good, thank you. Things that can help us in our day-to-day life. Amazing numbers increasing. Others who are joining, let us know how you are. Joanne, lovely to see you. I hope you're well. Let me know how you all are. Let me know, have you listened to the Creative Shake-Up Show with Ray Coates on Spotify? It's a car-based opportunity. Do it safely. Do it legally. Press play before you start driving, for example. But you will be able to hear interviews, chat, music, mindset hacks, poetry with a point and a purpose while you're moving. I am live in TikTok. I'm not talking as much about that today. Also, the Creative Shake-Up Show is available weekly. Fantastic, thank you. Really appreciate that, Jody. I've got more coming in a moment, by the way, because there might be things that maybe you're also not aware of. That's why I'm doing this live, because what I'm going to keep doing is creating inspirational content, and I'm sharing incredible people, and I'm going to line that out and measure that out for you in a moment. So I'm simultaneously live now in YouTube and 2 Facebook pages. Okay, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So, next slide, Ray. I click on that. There we go. Great, so I'm still in a little window. Let me put me over me. I don't know whether you can see me in this image, okay? You will easily, comfortably find this in Spotify, which is another podcast. As if what I've offered already isn't enough. It is Being Human, Shaking Up Our Wondrous Being. Available only as audio in Spotify. But if you go to my YouTube channel, Ray Coates Voice, if you follow me, Ray Coates Voice, in Facebook, you will find myself and Tracey L.C. Wilson. I've already shared with you about Tracey. For those that don't know me, don't follow what it is that I'm sharing, we now actually have an exclusive program, and we are doing that weekly. We're live at different times during the week. So this coming week, Saturday, August the 16th, we are live 2 p.m, 1, YouTube, and 2, different Facebook places. My personal page, Ray Coates, and my business page, Ray Coates Voice. But you can also find me if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel. Then that will be converted into an audio version for Spotify. So I'm now going to go into, because this is a nice little challenge for me, because I'm navigating my way around. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play the intro to mine and Tracey's weekly program, Being Human, Shaking Up Our Wondrous Being. 3 YouTube episodes so far, 3 Spotify audio. And in the Spotify audio, you get music as well. So let me play the intro to our program, and I'll be right back with you in a moment. There's a comment as well. Brilliant.
We feed on, shaking up our wondrous being. Let's begin to rip off, even if just for a moment, to share the climb and suffocating skin. Let's shake it up right now. Let's shake it up right now. Let's shake it up right now.
So I'm back to a different view now. Let me put myself full screen. I think I probably am anyway. There we go. Let me move me around a bit. And I'm back with you. So that was the introduction. Thank you, Jodie. Fantastic. You'll be listening in. Brilliant. And share far and wide, because all of what I'm doing, absolutely every aspect of it, whether it is the Creative Shake-Up Show. Thank you. Thank you, Jodie. So that's an intro to Being Human, Shaking Up Our Wondrous Being. And who doesn't need that? Who doesn't need at times, I know I do, something that kind of gives us a feeling of we're vibrationally being appropriately adjusted. Because when we think of a lot of, thank you, Joanne, appreciate that. And when we think of the media around us, we think of multimedia, the mainstream media. It is, generally speaking, I'm not saying all, but majority, incredibly fearful. Creates feelings of anxiety. It's negative, it's toxic. Now, I look at social media platforms as an opportunity. I'm sure you do as well. I'm sure when you're sharing what you're doing, whether that's socially or promotionally or whatever it is, you look at it as an opportunity to connect with others, encourage others. That's how I view it. So back again to the opportunities that we've got. I don't know whether I appear as a big window in that, but let me shrink me down. That's why I want to go across multiple platforms. So primarily at the moment, in terms of content, 100% Jodie, absolutely, Spotify, YouTube, loads of lives in TikTok, loads of lives and content. Facebook, lives generally, and a bit in Instagram. So those are the platforms, but particularly Spotify and YouTube, and lives in TikTok. So you'll find me there, Ray Coates' voice across everything. So the Creative Shake-Up Show with Ray Coates, interviews, chat, music, on the Spotify version, TLC with Tracey L.C. Wilson, mindset, improving life. We also, being human, shaking up our wondrous being, exclusively with Tracey L.C. Wilson, compassionate coach. I'm going to come into something else now, and I wasn't planning to share this, but I'm going to. So there's more. There's more. As if that isn't enough, there's more. Let me now click on something else. Absolutely. So this is Joe, and I think social media can be a positive thing if used in correct way, and great to meet so many people over the world, especially for people who are in the house. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, also in that, Joe, people in the car. My secular work, I work professionally within the media that I'm creating myself. I work professionally definitely as a singer-songwriter, but also my other job, my day job if you like, I'm in the car all the time, travelling sometimes hundreds of miles. So you're looking for something to listen to, something that's going to give you a life-affirming message. That's what you'll get through Spotify, and the Spotify version of the Creative Shake-Up Show with Ray Coates and Being Human, Shaking Up Our Wondrous Being. For those at home, those in the car, those walking, those going to the gym, whatever it might be, that's what this content is about. Share, invite others to follow. So Spotify is follow, YouTube is subscribe. And with YouTube, for those that don't know, there's no charge. You don't have to pay to subscribe to a channel. Spotify, you may have to pay for the Spotify service, but also there's a lot of free content as well. So I'm just sharing that with you for you to add to your week. We can go into the news, we can go into toxic sides of media. It exists. My message is pure and simple. In being human, there is no division. So that's what I'm sharing. So I'm going to give you an introduction now to something that hasn't even quite begun to be created yet. And it's with another Tracey. This Tracey is based in the Netherlands. So we're reaching out. We're going wider. 100%. All of this is worldwide. Share it far and wide. 100%. An introduction just over a minute long for a program that myself and another Tracey, this is Tracey without an E. The Tracey you're currently seeing is Tracey with an E, L.C. Wilson. This is another Tracey, coincidentally. Tracey's Healing Guidance. Tracey does a lot around spiritual energy, spiritual hypnosis, and she creates incredible products as well. So we're joining forces, and soon we're going to be creating more creative video content, inspirational, YouTube and Facebook, and you've got it also Spotify, loads of other places that we'll be sharing this, TikTok, Instagram as well. So let's have the introduction without further ado, just over a minute, and then hold on to your seats, because I'm going to give you the schedule of inspiration that's coming up until the end of this year.
In the quiet of the night, the shadows start to creep, whispers of the past, secrets we keep. Is a carrot tasteless dug by a broken spade? Is whiskey water if it's not being aged? Walking through the storm, the rain begins to fall. Every drop of memory, every tear recalls. Is a heart still breaking if filled with rage? Is a word a lie if it's not written on a page? We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again.
There we are. So I'm back again. Let me make myself a bigger version of me, as if I need any help with that. So there might have been a bit of buffering there, maybe a bit of audio issue, but there we are. That's a kind of note to self, if you get me. Lyrics by John Cheetham. We're getting serious now because I've got the glasses on. But amazing lyrics by John Cheetham. He's a poet, a wordsmith. Incredible. I've got a comment, so let's pick up on that. Thank you very much, Joanne. That's lyrics, as I've just said, by John Cheetham. We're damaged, but we're not broken. And as soon as I saw that lyric from John, I was over at the piano behind me. Thank you very much, Jodie. I was at the piano behind me, writing the melody that you've just heard, because the lyrics are so deeply moving. So there's another amazing human being to mention. And I'm going to mention a few more now. So I'm sharing with you what's coming. So remember, majority of these are Spotify, the Creative Shake-Up show, but also some of them will be on the YouTube channel as well. I'm not going to go into specific detail on all of them, because there's some things that I want to share at the right time, and that's particularly when we get to September. Now, with regard to what I'm sharing, these could change slightly, but I want to give you a flavour of what's in store for you and others. Invite others to follow in Spotify, because then you'll get notified. The Creative Shake-Up show with Ray Coates. Also, Being Human, shaking up our wondrous being with Ray Coates and Tracey L.C. Wilson. The Sound of Healing Life is soon to come. So when you're on this YouTube channel, Facebook page, wherever this might be, Spotify, there's tons. There's loads coming. So these are some of the interviews. A band called the Wondrous this coming weekend. And that's a build-up to the release of their EP. They actually will be having an album launch, and the album that they're releasing is on vinyl. Great young band called the Wondrous this weekend. The following week, Esme Grace. Search her in TikTok. That's where I found her. But search her music in Spotify. Incredible. Esme's got an EP coming out. What a voice. Absolutely exceptional. The following week, the last weekend of August, I'm sharing build up to my personally released album, 17 Years of Bottled Up Truth and Emotion. It's powerful, not just for me, but for others. And there'll also be a little bit more information about an amazing song that's been written from one of the most tragic, if not the devastating and traumatic medical experiences of many. And this one goes beneath the radar quite a lot, which is the infected blood travesty. I'm not going to use the word scandal. I used to, but now I don't, because I've met the individuals and the families involved. So likely beginning the 5th of September and running through to the 10th of October, there's several interviews with individuals going back to the late 70s, mid 80s. This thing that's been in the news about infected blood, it's not been shared to the fullest of what it actually is, even though the government have confessed to a scandal. They've had to, because the evidence is clear. However, in mainstream media, it's not been given the attention that it should have. So I'm giving an opportunity to individuals and families to share their voice more, and in an unedited, unfiltered way. Also building to an incredible single release. That's going to be in September. I'm going to be sharing the amazing Jack Marchant, as sound engineer, producer, musician. Jack's worked with a number of people that I've given interviews to. You'll find them on the YouTube channel, Ray Coates Voice, Jethro Scott, Charlotte Shaw, Jack Bruce, Nima Starr, and others. So, incredible connection. I'm aiming for me to be interviewed. They'll be great to listen to. We'll keep an eye out for them. Love to hear about different musicians. Exactly, Jodie. And also the true life of people who've been through the most devastating trauma. And I'm not avoiding that. I'm not stopping short of that, because it's important to share the truth. Very much so. I think I'm going to be interviewed towards the end of October twice by the two Tracys. So Tracey Elsie Wilson will interview me about my album, which I'll be talking more about in time. And also, Tracey's Healing Guidance will interview me about my album in a build-up to a November release. Throughout all of November, I'm going to be playing all of the tracks from the album and talking about where they've come from. And by the way, 2 weeks today in TikTok. If you don't already follow me in TikTok, follow me in TikTok, because I'm going to be sharing each week a message of mental health matters from the music I've created every Monday. I'm also going to share a songwriters live in TikTok about each of the songs in order for 10 weeks building up to the album. I'm planning to go live later on in TikTok, probably sort of around about 6 o'clock-ish. Come and join me there. That's at time of being live today. So where are we today? We're the 11th of August. So if you've missed it, never mind. I will be live at some time. So the album, which I haven't even named as in share the public naming of it yet, will be a major feature of November. Moving into December, I've got 2 actors, and one of them is a producer. And I'm going to say don't get too excited. Do get excited. Not the mainstream Batman films. Not the ones with Christian Bale and or whoever the latest guy is that I can't remember. Not those. Not the Justice League version. But this is actually somebody who created their own Batman film. And the actor who played Alfred, and also the character who played Bruce Wayne and Batman in a independent film version of Batman. So that's going to be really, really interesting. So I'm developing Moving Around. I think you've got that idea. This is creatively shaking up. This is being human. And I wanted to dive in. How have I done? Oh, we're just shy of half an hour. Not bad. Not bad. So I've wheeled out. This is where you'll find me. Remember, let's go back to that image. The Creative Shake-Up Show. If I'm blocking out, never mind. I'm not going to shrink me down. Spotify, YouTube, bits in TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But you'll find the actual show, Spotify and YouTube particularly, with Tracey Elsie Wilson. We are being human, shaking up our wondrous being. You'll find us, Spotify, YouTube, live, and also previous videos, Facebook. My personal page, Ray Coates, my business page, Ray Coates Voice. And anyone who's catching up here, replay, drop some comments in, give us an idea of what you're looking forward to. I'll tell you what, here's a thought. I know we're only August. I think you better start making some suggestions for the new year. Because I'm already planned up to the end of the year. So start reaching out with some ideas. What could be stuff that could be discussion worthy, talked about. And Live, tons of lives in TikTok as well. Album coming November. The Infected Blood Travesty, major part of September that I'm sharing. Many individuals, families, traumatic, tragic, yet should be shared. 100%. I've met the individuals, and we need to know these things rather than at times being told what we need to know and that being controlled. We have the opportunity in media to share the voices of others, and that's a massive part of me and a massive part of what I will continue to do. Sound like a great rundown, Joanne, with lots of different content. Looking forward to it. Exactly. You've summed it up perfectly. That's what it is. And when I think about being human, that's what it is. We're not one-dimensional creatures. We don't just have one aspect. We have a whole gamut range of emotions, and we can share them. So, you know what to do. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe. If you're not following Ray Coates Voice in Facebook, give us a follow. If you're not following in Spotify, give us a follow. Share this far and wide, because this is a collective connective of being human and shaking up together creatively. Take care until I see you again. Lovely to be with you. Bye-bye.